Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're about to dive into an interesting exploration of leadership and its various styles. On this first slide, you'll see the title, Leadership and Its Styles, along with the subtitle, Understanding Leadership and Its Various Approaches. Over the next few slides, we'll uncover what leadership really means, look at different approaches, and see how these styles can impact teams and organizations. So, let's get started and discover what makes effective leadership so essential. When we talk about leadership, what exactly are we referring to? Well, at its core, leadership is the ability to guide, influence, or direct individuals or groups toward achieving specific goals. It's about setting a direction and inspiring others to follow that path. Now, some of the key elements that make up effective leadership include influence, vision, motivation, and teamwork. Influence is about the ability to sway others, opinions, or actions in a positive way. It's not about authority alone, but about earning trust and respect so people want to follow you. Vision is equally important, having a clear idea of where you want to go and being able to communicate that purpose compellingly. Motivation involves inspiring others to stay committed and energized, especially when challenges arise. And last, but certainly not least, teamwork reminds us that leadership isn't a solo effort. It's about fostering collaboration and leveraging the strengths of the group. All these elements come together to form a leadership style that's effective and authentic. As we explore further, you'll see how mastering these components is crucial to not just leading well, but also inspiring others to achieve great things. Now, let's take a closer look at the different leadership styles and why understanding them is so important. As we all know, there's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to leading a team. Different situations and team needs call for different styles. For example, some scenarios might require a more directive approach, while others benefit from a collaborative or empowering style. On this slide, you'll see some of the most common leadership styles. First up is autocratic leadership, which is very much about making decisions independently and giving clear, direct instructions. This can be useful in urgent situations or when quick decisions are needed. Then we have democratic leadership, which encourages participation and input from team members. This often leads to higher engagement and shared ownership of outcomes. Laissez-faire leadership is quite different. It offers a lot of autonomy to team members, trusting them to manage their work independently. This style works well with highly skilled, self-motivated teams. Moving on, transformational leadership focuses on inspiring and motivating teams to achieve extraordinary results by appealing to their values and goals. It's about creating change and fostering innovation. Next is transactional leadership, which is more about structured, clear exchanges, rewards for good performance and consequences for underperformance. This style is effective in routine or task-oriented environments. Lastly, we have servant leadership, where the leader's main goal is to serve the team, prioritizing their needs and development. Understanding these styles not only helps us adapt to different situations, but also ties into our overall theme of effective leadership. Knowing when and how to apply the right approach can make all the difference in achieving team success. Now, let's take a look at autocratic leadership. In this style, the leader makes decisions independently, without much input from the team. This can be useful in situations where quick, decisive action is needed, such as during emergencies. The leader has full control and directs the course of action. However, one of the risks to keep in mind is that this approach can lead to low team morale over time, since team members might feel undervalued or disengaged when their opinions aren't considered. Overall, while autocratic leadership can be effective in certain high-pressure scenarios, it's important to balance it with more collaborative approaches to maintain a motivated and committed team. Now, let's talk about democratic leadership. In this style, the team is actively involved in making decisions, which really helps everyone feel like they have a voice and a stake in the process. It encourages collaboration, meaning team members work together, share ideas, and build on each other's strengths. This approach naturally fosters trust and boosts morale because people feel valued and respected. However, it's important to remember that because decisions are made collectively, it can take a bit longer to reach conclusions. While it might slow things down a little, the overall benefit is a more committed and motivated team that genuinely owns their work. This leadership style aligns well with our theme of fostering engagement and shared responsibility within the organization. All right, let's talk about laissez-faire leadership. This style is characterized by minimal leader involvement. Essentially, the leader steps back and allows the team to take full control of their work. The team has complete autonomy to make decisions and manage their tasks without constant oversight. This approach works best when the team is highly skilled and experienced because they already know how to handle their responsibilities effectively. When team members are confident and capable, this style can foster creativity and independence. However, there is a risk involved here. Without clear guidance or direction, the team might stray off course or become unclear about priorities. So, while this style can be very empowering, it requires a competent and self-motivated team to be successful. Overall, laissez-faire leadership fits into the bigger picture of understanding different leadership styles and knowing when to apply them to get the best results. Now, let's talk about transformational leadership. This style is all about inspiring and motivating teams to achieve high performance. It's not just about managing tasks, it's about inspiring people to go beyond what they thought was possible. Leaders who embrace this approach focus heavily on vision and innovation, encouraging their teams to think creatively and push boundaries. At the same time, transformational leaders prioritize personal growth, fostering an environment where individuals can develop their skills and confidence. But of course, none of this works without strong communication. Clear, honest, and open dialogue is essential to inspire trust and align everyone with the shared vision. So overall, transformational leadership is about motivating people through inspiration, encouraging innovation, supporting personal development, and maintaining effective communication. When done well, it drives not just individual success, but also organizational excellence, tying into our broader theme of leadership that truly transforms organizations and cultures. Now, let's talk about transactional leadership. This style is primarily based on rewards and punishments. Essentially, it works like a system of incentives, where leaders reward employees for good performance and penalize them for mistakes or underperformance. The focus here is on maintaining order and ensuring that tasks are completed correctly and efficiently. Because of this, transactional leadership emphasizes a clear structure and well-defined rules. Leaders set expectations up front, and employees know exactly what they need to do to succeed. This approach is particularly effective when dealing with routine tasks or in environments where consistency is key. However, while it can be very effective for straightforward, repetitive work, it does have its limitations. One of the main drawbacks is that it can limit creativity and innovation. Since the focus is on following set procedures and adhering to rules, there's less room for employees to think outside the box or propose new ideas. So, in summary, transactional leadership is great for maintaining order and efficiency, especially in structured settings, but it might not be the best fit if you're looking to foster innovation or creative problem-solving within your team. Now, let's talk about servant leadership. At its core, a servant leader puts the team's needs above their own. Instead of focusing on authority or control, the leader's main role is to serve the team, helping them succeed. This approach emphasizes supporting and developing team members, which in turn fosters a sense of loyalty and trust within the group. When people feel genuinely supported and valued, they're more committed and motivated. It's also important to note that servant leadership might look less authoritative. Instead of commanding from the top down, a servant leader leads by example, listening actively and empowering others. This creates a more collaborative environment where everyone feels responsible and engaged. When we connect this to the overall theme of effective leadership, it reminds us that true influence often comes from serving others, building relationships, and nurturing growth, rather than just giving orders. This approach can be incredibly powerful in creating strong, resilient teams. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that leadership really comes down to influence and providing clear direction. It's about inspiring others and guiding them toward a shared goal. Now, there's no single best leadership style that fits every situation. Each context and team is unique, and what works in one scenario might not in another. Great leaders understand this and stay flexible. They adapt their approach based on the circumstances and the needs of their team members. Whether it's offering more guidance, stepping back to let others lead, or adjusting communication styles, the key is responsiveness. Ultimately, effective leadership is about being adaptable and attentive to the specific situation at hand. That's what helps teams thrive and achieve their best. So, remember, influence and flexibility are at the heart of truly impactful leadership.